Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including. Got me on Navex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zoopy on Phantom, I got a few notes. Thinking my Rex, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buying my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buying my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
All right. We're live. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday out there in the crypto space. Gosh, it feels good. Fridays feel good. You gotta admit, Fridays feel good. I feel like something just dripped from up above. Oh no, I've had a leak up there before. Something just hit the mouse. Damn it. Oh, it's something. No, I think it's my water. I think it's the water. It was dripping from my water bottle on the mouse. Okay. Happy Friday. Welcome to R2R Live, number 131. 131. A lot of live streams. It's a whole lot of conversations, a whole lot of crypto talk, a whole lot of everything, right? YouTubers, smash the like button, subscribe, post notifications, you know the drill, comment, do all the works. If you're over on X, aka Elon Musk freedom of speech platform, you must follow, retweet, hashtag everything you can think of to grab the attention of the Sonic people of all the blockchains out there. Really, welcome. And always remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, producer, not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence when it comes to crypto, because you could lose it all. Now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at the chats here. Who's here today? Willie B. Long 33. Thank you for being here. Let's go. It's time to roll. It sure is. Gugod, Money Time LFG. I hope Gugod is swimming in the sea of Sonic Labs and everything they do on the Sonic chain. I know a lot of us took a boat from Pulse Chain. We're going back and forth, but making money where we can. There's a lot of money to be made on Sonic. Macho, excited. I'm excited to have you here. What's going on? Archon X, lock in. Rapid Unbox, let's go, man. Welcome. Psycho Crypto 23, what up, G? Happy Flexmas Friday. Happy Flexmas Friday to you, right? And for the members that are here in the chat, we'll be doing members video tomorrow. We're switching it up this week to see how the weekends do. I always want to switch it up to see when we get the biggest audience. So we'll have a members only video probably tomorrow morning. I'm anticipating about 10:30 a.m. PST. I'll put it up tonight for the time with the ticking time bomb when I'll be speaking tomorrow morning. All right, so guys, remember, if you're not familiar with what's going on in Sonic Labs, go to my.soniclabs.com/points, code 9DEA21. where you can start seeing when you can earn these points. I'm at 605 points. We're growing right now. Let's just take a look at the current market conditions. $8,300 Bitcoin. 83,000. I said 8,300. It was once upon a time. $83,151. Ethereum. Come on, ETH. What is your problem? $1,793. What's going on? Why? Let's take a look at the stock market. And the price of gold. Remember, everything is a must watch. Down again today. Minus 4.77 points in the S&P 500. The Dow 30, 4.04. The NASDAQ down 4.80. And these are the points. So they look at minus 257.22 points and they go, holy fuck! We will go below a 5,000 S&P 500 soon. Trade war deepens. Yes, it is. The trade wars. Okay. Some people may say, hey, he's negative. He's being bearish. She's being bearish. Let me tell you something. And I'll include Pulse Chain in this conversation. Pay very close attention. Yes, I do believe we're in a bear market. Yes, I do believe it started in March, like I've been predicting since early 2024. Now, you may think that's a negative, but I find the positive because that's opportunity. Opportunities of a lifetime happen during catastrophic events. 2020, COVID. We have a market bubble pop in the stock market, trade wars, war, everything, Bitcoin collapse. Opportunities there. You can make a lot of money in the bear market. I always make more money in the bear than I do the bull. Every single cycle. I don't know why. Don't know why. It's a builder cycle. If you build it, they will come. And if you build during the bear, you will come out very happy. Very happy. Not a financial advisor, I'm just saying. Not much. Right? Now, we want to talk about starting off with medieval. About to get medieval on that end, right? Talk about opportunity. Screaming at the top of the mountains with opportunity. Somebody could have said, hey, this is going to happen. What happened last night? I'll tell you what happened last night. All right? We take a look. Today, the farms are going to go live. You're going to be able to provide shield with SCUSD. I know that for sure. And you're going to be able to go and start to farm your night token. 2 events took place yesterday. All right. And in my opinion, it was picture perfect. And here's why. It was picture perfect. It was picture perfect. Let me bring up deck screener really quick. Couldn't ask for it to happen any other way. It looked bad at first, but then you go, holy smokes, we needed that. So Knight's token, which we're going to be starting today, you'll be able to farm on Medieval Finance to earn Knight token, right? So you got that part down. You provide LP, you're going to be able to earn Knight, which Knight you're going to be able to stake in the boardroom later, which is called the Coliseum on this platform, and you're going to be able to print Shield token. Knight launches yesterday. It gets sniped. Somebody puts most of the LP in a single-sided V3 pretty much on Shadow. I believe that was a single-sided. Yeah, it looks as if like all the LPs on Shadow, but it's not. It's on SwapX where they partnered up with, right? So somebody sniped it. They had all the tokens. Apparently they came out, said who they are. They're not going to be dumping or whatever. Who knows? You can't believe people in crypto. But anyways, they got a large supply of the Knight token, sniped it. A big event for people that were upset. Emotions were running high. That's a gift. That's a gift, man. Everything goes perfect and according to plan. You don't get these gifts. What do I mean by this? Well, one can anticipate from here that the turbulence is not over. The turbulence is not over. At this point where that happened, where people are like, oh my God, this guy sniped it, right? And he went over here, and I'll pull it up, on Shadow, and you can take a look. I reached out to the good homie Bartertown. I was like, what's going on here? He took a look, and he figured it out in a matter of seconds. He was like, look at that, bro. He put 120K pulled up in Night and $1 liquidity in USDCE on Shadow. And he has 12 tokens left in the pool. I know he extracted some. I don't know if he sold it. Either way, when you start printing Knight starting today, he'll get diluted, right? And he will sell into the price. The real price is on SwapX. Obviously, it's not the one you see on Shadow. You only want to buy from SwapX if you buy. But why would you buy when you can farm it, right? You can farm it. You don't have to buy it. What's up, Gingerbread? Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's the event that took place. Here is in the streets. And that's where I come out. All right? Come out like a shark. The blood hits, and I'm just in the waters looking to eat the people alive that are right about to lose their stuff and sink to the bottom. I catch them with the jaws of life, like Jaws, and I chew up and I eat. Smell blood like a shot, right? So, anyways, back to the story. That happens. Fear hits. What also takes place is the inception is coming to a transition from those APRs and the pools switching from utilizing inception as the TG event, the Genesis event, and converting over, transitioning over to the farms. Well, people start to prematurely, like a day ahead of time, if you've ever played these before, remove their LP and prepare for that transition. A lot of people sold because of what happened with Night and because of the fear and because of they want to take profit. So many combinations of emotions and different reasons took place. And it just so happened that I'm in R2R last night. We're talking kettlebells. We're talking working out. We're joking around. You know, we're like at work, but we're taking a break, smoking cigarettes, talking a little bit, you know, past the 15-minute break. We're just shooting the shit, as they say, right? We're there. We're there. We're at our probably our PCs or our phones, so anything goes down, we're prepared. OG Web Chefs locks a token. The conversations end. People are in there. This token dropped down below 40 cents, right? And these conversations we're having in the chat, I go, all right, OG Web Chefs, what's going on? There's a new token. Cool. Shortly after, I start getting the DMs and the messages. Wrecked. Oh my God, we're so wrecked. I'm chilled. And I go, oh man, I anticipated that the price was going to go down, right? I anticipated it would go below $1. I was like, I'll buy in 75 cents was the target goal. And I was like, I'll be waiting around all night for that. That's why I was hanging out, you know, waiting for that. And the OG Web Chef token launch was just like the icing on the cake, right? But it came before the cake. So I was eating icing before I even got the cake, which the cake was Shield went below 40 cents. Big position sold. People started to sell into that. People were going crazy in their chat, in my DM, in my chat. And I was like, good. I hope they sell night too. And I went in on a wallet and I bought. Like average price, because I did shoot the price up from like 39 to like 43-ish on a few buys, and then 45 to 47. And it went up, you can see here, to 92 cents. So I told my group, I go, look, bucked almost, you know, at the time going on 2x on my purchase, right? I go, tomorrow's event, people are going to buy to go after the what? The crazy APRs that we're going to see in the farms transitioning from the inception to the farms. So that's going to be buy pressure. That's going to push us closer to $1 in my speculation. And at the peak of that investment, right, I go from my initial amount that I go in, right? I'm not going to dox that position because I don't share that wallet. But let's say I went 2,000, right? At 40. It gets to 90. I'm over 2x. I can then sell that, split it up at a 2x profit between Shield and SUSD and get into the farms, right? And that was the goal. And that still is the goal when it launches. So that was a good gift to be able to buy down here and in between these two and on these dips. I was like, okay, man, you know, a picture perfect event that wasn't so picture perfect in the way people wanted it to go. In crypto, you got to capitalize on every event that takes place, good or bad. The most money you can make in crypto is when the bad stuff happens. And a lot of times it's bad timing. You may be out with your family. You may be at work. You may be sitting on the toilet. Who knows what you're doing? But when you're there and the opportunity presents itself, it's like, man, it was meant. So now I got a position that's above, like, you know, right at the 2x mark. This is coming to an end, 4 hours, 57 minutes. Farms will launch. That creates hype. I anticipate the price to go, you know, 90 cents to $1 on Shield. Great. We start farming the Camelot. You can come here and take a look on what you can provide LP in. Okay. Shield and SUSD. So you'll be able to farm night. bind it after the person sniped it, especially. But even if he didn't snipe it, that's not like recommended to me personally. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do all that. Come here, play it heavy here. Whatever I print, I can pull it up here. It'll have a crazy APR, compound it, try to make up the difference during the farming time until the Coliseum opens. Get the night that I print, deposit it here, print more shield, come back, stack up this pool, and you want it to eventually turn into house money. But I'm already on a good path to house money with last night's play. Well, everybody was like running around there like a chicken with their head cut off. But I've been doing this long enough to understand, like, you know, and there's a lot of guys here that are probably in the chat like, yeah, man, I look for dips like that all the time, and I get them, and they will. And I've been that person, but sometimes I buy the dip that keeps on dipping, you know? The dippity dip on top of the dip. It is what it is, right? But I'm not going to be buying night because night's going to have nothing but sell pressure. It's going to have nothing but sell pressure at first. It'll eventually stabilize, and you'll probably feel comfortable buying at a certain price. Some people might buy it just to pull it up right away. You know, you can make up the difference if the APR is extremely high on the daily. We don't know where it ends up, how many participants. But you can imagine there are going to be people that whale in and people that can whale in heavy because they took advantage of last night's dips and the opportunities on the lows currently right now. So that's my thought about that. Can't wait to see it all play out, right? You can only prepare, take advantage, and just be aware. Just sit around and go, I'm waiting for the opportunity. I'm waiting for the opportunity, right? So you do got to remember there is some innovation as far as the farms. Some things going on with what they call powered by SwapX V4 model, right? For the emissions, regardless of PEG, right? Pumps value into shield and night, like the fuse for the Coliseum boardroom. So they do have different mechanics that are going to help separate itself from probably something you've done in the past when it comes to a tomb or tomb fork, whatever you want to call it. All right. Switching gears here. That's later on today. The farms, right? Money to be made everywhere during bad times. It's a beautiful thing. Now we want to move over to good old oil. And I talked about this early on. What do you see here? Oh, some of you might see some like lopsided butt cheeks in the chart, but what do you see here? Anyone in the chat, what do you see there? Some people know that's a goofy, messed up chart. Opportunity. Opportunity presented itself here, went here, presented itself here, went up here. Now it's down here. Will we go back again? I don't know. But there was opportunity. There was fear during market turbulence, right? Current turbulence. And it's a builder cycle. Back to what I said earlier on the stream. It's a builder cycle, man. The people that have a project could either sit back and let the market do its thing and people sell and just go to their crowd, their community, and go with market conditions, you know, things will turn around by the dip. I think that's like a normal reaction, but somebody who has the ability to pivot as a builder and say, forget this, I'm going to compound my position as far as a builder and continue to build through thick and thin, through the good times and the bad times. I'm going to build a strong foundation of a community of people that become more reliant on me, become more bullish on me because they see that I keep on pushing. If you are at war or anything and you have a leader who's fighting and he's putting the effort so hard it motivates you to continue to fight and fight harder to match that energy. The way you can match the energy of a builder, of a developer of any token in an ecosystem is with your purchasing power because they make you feel good and believe. Petroleum happened to come out. People wanted to look at it and go, well, play to earn, you know, Ponzonomics, We've been there, done that. I looked at it as going, they have the opportunity to come here and have a quick, fast death on Sonic or Bill. I rolled the dice and said, these guys at the very beginning when I got in were not very vocal in their communications chats or whatever you want to call it, like their Telegram. Everything was iffy. And then all of a sudden, the music got real loud on Twitter. The partnership started to get real loud. The success started to echo across the Sonic chain with several different achievements that can't be ignored, that are the reason why we're seeing the success of what's going on at this point with Petroleum Land. So yesterday, they launched Welcome to Petroleum City, which is the central business district, right? They sold out. Okay, you can't buy diddly squat right now. You can't. They sold out. And we'll go to their Twitter. They sold out all 3 options you had. And I was like, damn. I didn't get in. But I got my plot. We'll take a look at it. I gotta add up oil a pump right now anyways. So you see, like, homeboy right here. He bought 3 grand estates last night, and he got 200 wrapped Sonic a day so far. Sold out. Opportunity was there. You missed it. We missed it. I missed it. But I've still got my plot here. But you want to know something that a lot of people aren't even talking about yet? Well, let me go back to the main page. No, not that. Let me go back to the home page. So you can earn yield, like a part of the revenue from the ecosystem, being a part of that. They also got the Petro Bank here, where you can earn yield. But check this out, guys. If you want to be a liquidity provider for oil right now, the APR is 14,643%. It's been thousands. It's been high like this for a minute. And I was like, what? There's only $438,000 of TVL. So I have my game wallet here. On the second wallet, I bought some pretty cheap. And I provided LP, and I was like, how is this APR so insane? It's a printer, okay? It's printing hard. And there's like not a lot of people talking about it. And me included, I'm not going out there and like displaying that because I'm like, dude, you know, I go out. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. I've had previous channels that were 10 times this size that I have now. And all I ever want to do is give people good opportunity. And people love me when they make money, and they hate me when they lose, or they hate me because, you know, you're shilling it. So now I just like present something. And I have my private group to educate and tell them like what I'm doing. And by the way, members only, $2.99 a month. Grab a coffee with me. Get a little bit more detail on what I'm doing in strategy. A coffee per month on YouTube. Get a little bit of extra content. But I'm not out there blasting this. I'm enjoying it, right? Because if I talk about it, I'm down. I'm like, oh, he's shilling it. Oh, and then it goes down like, you know, I don't need any of that in my life. Well, I will say, talk about it now because it's been doing it for so long. And I see the tweets out there. It's mind blowing. Those estates went fast. I wanted a gram, but I was too late. I wonder if we can go see if there's NFTs out there. What I didn't know about the Shadow. What? I didn't know that about Shadow. Yeah, I thought you knew, bro. You can come put your oil here. It was like 20,000 APR the other day. 25,000. I forget how high. So this is just low-key chilling there. Great. I don't make the rules. That's just what's going on. All right. We'll take a look at my plot, but I want to take a look at the NFTs too to see if people are selling their estates because they sold out quick. I wonder if people are flipping them. I'm just gonna take a look. They're top on Paint Swap too. Let's go to my plot. So I took homie's advice that's in chat now. I am not. If I had this week, I would hit my goal if I had not been repairing all of these every time they clog. I just make new ones. And as I make new ones, right, I'm 14 pumps away from the next generator bonus. So if I repair them, that takes away 50C oil when I could just make a brand new one and outpace the reduction. And this number, my plot rewards continues to go up. And I thrive for this reward here. Then I get that percentage. Plus, I want to be close to the max of 96 oil rigs pumped soon. And then, like, my plan is for this weekend is I'm going to produce enough pumps to when I wake up tomorrow morning, just like waking up out of my sleep, I'm going to be able to wake up and have enough built oil throughout the night to come to the lab and gun for the 30% boost bonus on my plot. And then that'll increase the amount I make. Start making new ones, not repairing them. I'm not going to start repairing these until I'm maxed out. And then I got my max upgrade on my bonus that we just took a look at in the laboratory. And then when you're in the laboratory, like I got to make one right now. Let me just make one right now. Right? I got to collect the seed oil. If I had been doing this strategy like I started recently, right, I would be at my goal a lot sooner. So this wallet is not extracting, it's building. The other one's just printing on Sonic. Plot looking G. Thank you. Yeah, now what up, Moonbutt? So I'm going to collect the oil that's sitting here. I have some liquid right now. What's going on here? Let me refresh it. Normally this goes right through. Come on. Okay. There you go. So I'm going to collect that. And I always refresh because then it refreshes the balance once the transaction goes through. But this new city they made in the revenue and the amount that they're burning and the APR, like there is utility being built out. So now I have 56 liquid. I can just build a new one. I'm not repairing them until I max out and I get all my upgrades. I'm going to do that all the way to when I go to bed, like 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I'll wake up after doing this and I'll refresh it one time. Like now that you'll see it says plot rewards 576, I'll just refresh it. And after the one I made, that will go up 605 where it's at now. But then there will be clogs throughout the day, but I'm going to outpace what I add, right? Compared to when I'm losing, especially when I hit these bonuses. I'm 13 pumps away from that. Then in the morning, I'll buy the other additional bonus and I'll get that increase. Plus I'll make new ones and then I can start hitting more upgrades. And if you want to take a look at the upgrades I'm talking about, when I'll be in extraction mode is I'm almost to 90. When I get to the 96 pumps, right, it's going to be easier because I anticipate to buy level 2 plot production boost. And the link's in the description of YouTube if you guys are interested in this. If you're late or too late, I don't know. I can't answer that for you. I've just been having fun. Like I told you guys originally, I'm having fun doing this while the markets were going nuts. So tomorrow morning, I should be able to buy the 30% boost. Probably by Sunday, I'll be at the level 3 generator boost. And maybe a few days after that, I can buy the level 3. Then I can work on buying level 2 for the clog reduction. And then work on the refinery while starting to cash out. Adding to the APR and selling to wraps on it. APR, earning APR on Shadow and taking profits, right? But the refinery, these upgrades are going to reduce the amount of time it takes to convert your oil. Because if you do want to convert in-game sea oil, which you earn sea oil, only oil is tradable. So that can only be done by sending it to the refinery. And it goes through like a 3-day phase where you can claim. And each phase has like a different ratio. The 1-to-1 ratio, where you get 1 sea oil for 1 oil, and it would be available so you can go trade it out on Shadow or even on SwapX. You can reduce that with the upgrades and then start going into, I want this wallet to start printing here. Oh, this is like 14,000. Oh my God. You want to know what that is daily APR or daily ROI right now? Hold on. Let me run the math. That's like 39.6 daily. Let's not talk about that no more. Let's go. It's crazy. What up? Got Bitcoin Brown in the house. What's up, bro? Are you gonna build something on Sonic or what? You're asleep, homie. Are you gonna build something on Sonic? Because I know you got all the connections and the ties to, some of the people that are doing it big. That knows some people that know some people. Grab you some partnerships, grab you some things, put some together. People will be on it. So we'll see what he does. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Right? So Petroleum, it went yesterday's high because of the CBD launch, which sold out, went up to like 94 cents. Right? Shield's going up a little bit. BurnX, where's BurnX at? I need to get this way more organized. Went down. It was over a penny. If you guys are sleeping on Supersonic Printer, I don't blame you, but I got a strategy and I'm talking about it with the group whenever they ask. I know there's some things popping up. Let's go look at PaintSwap really quick and see if these plots, what they're selling for. So you see what they're listed for. I know they're going to go up in value. Like mine, I listed mine for like 25,000 Sonic. I'm going to put it to like 30,000 because every time I build a new pump, like right now I have 71 pumps. So I just got to go here and refresh this and then refresh this. And it should add the 72 pump so that if people see my NFT, they can be like, oh, okay. What with the 77? Oh, I haven't upgraded it since yesterday. So it just added the 6 that I've done since yesterday. So now, like, it won't show me the rank that we just looked at right now. I think it was like 126. It'll take a minute. We'll come and see, what people have it listed for and what people are actually buying these for, right? Like these spots here, just like basic ones. But like I'll look at one that somebody purchased, for example, just to see like comps in the area, what they could be. Like this person bought this Petroleum Land plot for 2.5K Sonic, right? And yeah, they're about max pumps. 9% plot boost. This one is actually a steal for what you can get in return, to be 100% honest with you. So I don't know if he's selling it. Oh yeah, it just got sold. That's a good price for what's built on it, right? Let's see what other ones. Sometimes people will buy, get really good deals. All right, did we just look at that one? Oh, let's keep looking. That was 3 hours ago. I want to see. Yeah, people aren't buying in the last several hours. I mean, these are going to go up. Once people realize how much you can earn in the APR, like nobody knows what's going on. I mean, I do, and the people that are in it that are in my group know. If you don't know, now you know. Look at this one, the same price point, right? Oh, I think that's the same one. It's the same one. So not so much buying right now, but they're leading the way. They're number one NFT collection sales on PaintSwap.io and all of Sonic Petroleum plots. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. I can't wait for this to be just maxed out at everything, and then, you know, I can come into here, sell some, add some here. I mean, I don't really need to sell any, just provide LP and print. Might as well. All right, let's go see what's going on Twitter. Your Twitter. Damn, less than 12 hours, CBD sold. That's impressive. That really is. Like, let's go and see what's trending on Twitter. Like, what people are saying. Are they big accounts, large accounts? 2,000. Dun, 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 dun. Not too big of an account. Let's go to latest and greatest. Yeah, it's been trending. I've been seeing it all over. Oh, talk about regular oil too. Crypto boy. Yeah, that's why it's under the radar right now, guys. It's like, it's getting big, right? Like, let me go back to their Twitter. They have, how many people are on this right now? They posted it the other day. They had like 75,000 pumps. So 36,000 wrapped Sonic distributed to landowners in the past 24 hours. 36,000 wrapped Sonic has been paid out to the people who bought those lands yesterday. That's their revenue share. Okay. Oh, that's a big part of it too. They got the Sonic FM, right, rewarded to them, like 13,000 Sonic. So they're getting the nod of approval from Sonic Labs and the support. They had Andre talking about it early on too as well. That's why I got into it, because Andre was shilling it. So it's like, why the hell wouldn't anybody get into it? Our players are cooking. What's this? That looks different. What? Maybe it's the pyramid one. I never saw it look like that before. Yeah, they're dominating it, bro. Petroleum just claimed 13,000 Sonic from Sonic Labs FM program. They just done nothing but build. This has been like the low-hanging, like a low-key gem. I'm very happy and impressed with what they did. Loading up liquid on Pulse Chain at this level is a godsend. Pays Pulse rewards as from the official PTGC team. Isn't that a really old token from PTGC? I forget. I feel like I owned, like, is that the token they airdropped us? I don't remember. I don't know the contract address. Rings a bell. There was like 808 and another token. I don't know why that comes to mind. Oh my god, Beast is printing so hard. It's ridiculous. It's the amount of money that you can make on Pulse Chain right now with OG Web Chef. And Beast is $13 and it's 5.9% ROI daily. I can't sleep at night with the way this shit just keeps printing. It's so, like, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. Oh yeah, I still have my liquid then in 808. I never did anything with it. Just sitting on them. Beast is printing so hard it hurts. Like, it hurts my face, it hurts my arms, it hurts my legs, but it makes my pockets feel good right now. Compounding and buying it. I switched one wallet from Beast to Gas. I have a really beefed up Beast bag right now that's helping me buy a lot of EHEX. That's my main goal, is to buy a lot of EHEX, right? Lots of it. The token the OG Chef launched last night was this one. Help support Miser. if you're holding Miser. Where's my Miser at? Boom. This is going to be probably next to do a nice little bing. Remember, is going to have a token 2, just like they launched last night for Miser. Hitting 1 trillion. Loading up on UFO under 20 million is equivalent to loading up on under 2 million, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I've carried into R2R. The reason why, like, what I have accumulated back into the dips with UFO and PTGC, I'm happy, but I'm not going to keep buying it because I understand. I did a lot of the calculator work, right? And I did all the math, and I figured out the reason why PTGC and UFO did, or the reason why PTGC did the significant numbers it did, is because it was early on bonded with PDI, right? So PDI did many X's versus Pulse. So PTGC's success wasn't based off the Pulse that went up, the value of Pulse or Pulse X. Its success was based off the PDI, which they're extracting from that liquidity in case PDI fails. So if PDI fails, it has further down to go because they're still LP bonded, but it's not as heavy. They got into LP with PDI so early on that parabolic move we saw was due to that, primarily, which was like the most genius thing. And it was the source of revenue for them that was so good for a long time. The source of revenue from PDI for PTGC was massive. Like, I believe it makes up more than beyond 85% of its success, because it wouldn't have had that with just a heavy bonding to Pulse. So Hart's Law saved them in the sense of what they did with PDI. Now that they're extracting from that and thinning it out for the greater good of the community, if PDI launches, then great, they'll do a numbers. But if PDI doesn't go to $1 and it dies off, I don't see what heavy bond they have to replicate the gains. What I think they could do, what they should do, and if I was talking to the developer, I'm like, if you want to replicate those gains again, that you probably won't get again with PDI if it doesn't go to $1, the only way I'm going to go 8 right now at these dips, because I believe it'll go down further, especially if PDI dies, if they still have whatever bonded to UFO, is if they heavily pair like thick liquidity with EHEX. EHEX at the absolute bottom of where it's at now triggers parity with PHEX, and PHEX goes 10x above its like all-time high, which was like roughly 3.5 cents, and they reach parity together. Let's say it goes to 30 cents. That's PTGC's next massive X multiplier, right? And the math is all there. I've run this like for hours in my brain and calculated exactly why it did the numbers, because I needed to know why it did the numbers it did when Pulse Chain barely had itty bitty gains. And I was like, it was the PDI bond. So right now, if the plan is to pair to EHEX and they do that, then it is an awesome buy. I don't know if they're going to transition to that. But the success of this token, without a shadow of a doubt, right? I want you to take a look here. We'll take a look at here today, November 6th date, and then let's go look at the November 6th date for PDI. All right? Let's go take a look. Where was November 6th date for PDI here? Oh, no, this is 2023, right? So that's the launch. We'll go back here. I'm going to get my numbers straight really quick, because we're going to take a look at when PTGC launched and the legs up on PDI. So legs up on PDI, date January 22nd. I want to remember that in my head. March 25th. All right. Let's see how accurate this was, because I looked at it. Right. So they launch. Right. They have the hype of the launch. It starts to get shielded. It goes up. So everything that it bonded to at this point was Pulse Daddy here. Right. Pulse Daddy pumped Pulse that had that. the next leg up, September 30th here. So we'll go look back and look at the price of PDI there. But I don't have the chart for PDI Pulse. That was PDI die, right? But it doesn't matter. I guess we look at the chart. So I want to compare the legs and see after the Pump Daddy. Like this is Sack Daddy 2024. What did PDI do September 30th, 9th, and 3rd? I can tell you here, PDI went to all-time highs in December, 3 cents. Right? Pulse here in February had a decent pump with pump tires. That's interesting. I need to get that old chart back up though, right? So let's go to, like we said, December 2024, all-time highs for PDI, right here. What was going on in December with PDI? 2 zeros and a 1.8, 2 zeros and a 2.2. So it's getting X multipliers for PDI, heavy liquidity, successive pulse. I'm interested to see how right I possibly could be. I'm thinking that PDI ending is PTGC's parabolic run ending, unless PDI pegs. If pulse goes back to sack price, will PTGC just go back to its all-time high and not surpass it? I don't know. I think it needs to be heavily bonded to EHEX. Like, I want to see it heavily bonded to EHEX so it can have a crazy X multiplier. I feel like that's the next huge successful run. I don't know the LP pairs. I have to take a look at PTGC and EHEX liquidity. If there's a bonded LP that's even worth talking about, they might just be bonded with HEX, not PHEX. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Alien is still my baby, bought more today. Yeah, everything that's tied with this system. I think the developer's smart enough to know this too. He would have to know. To replicate the X multipliers that happen, PDI played a massive role in it. He needs to heavily bond. And I wouldn't even burn the liquidity. Burn liquidity is bad. Burn liquidity is not good. All right? It's a key selling bullish point. Right? It sells people on the idea. It feels bullish, but it really isn't. Because then all that PDI burnt liquidity could have just been removed. Sold into Pulse, put into the DAO. Like, there's just a lot to it. Because nothing is truly decentralized, even with PTGC. If you have a DAO and you have something that moves those funds, because it's not like a DAO makes a vote, and then the system goes, oh, they voted on this. All the magic concerning to move the money to where you guys voted. No, the DAO votes. A human being that's trusted makes that move that the DAO voted on and puts it into action. I do have EXLP. Yeah, they have that with UFO LP. I don't know as much as how thick it is, to be honest with you. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. Like that in a minute. Or let me find UFO. All right. They have 155 million EHEX on one side, so it's replicated the same value on the other side. So I'm going to take a look at what that means in terms of, yeah. So that's good for UFO. I don't think PTGC has that, but they're tied together. That's a good sign. So that would be 233,000 times 2, $466,000 of LP between UFO and EHEX. I like UFO for that reason. For sure. Only LP I'll burn is with Pulse. Everything else too risky. Yeah, for sure. PTGC. What happens to crypto if the U.S. gets a recession this year? It'll go down. And we'll have opportunity of a lifetime. People get rich during the recession. People get rich during dips. People get rich during Great Depressions, recessions. So, my strategy would be 50-50. 50 in-game, 50 stable, wait for the dip. There's a 50-50 chance that it could dip or pump. Either way, you can catch it on the go, up or down, is what I recommend for myself. All the cores, then we buy the dip, accumulate. Can't wait for the first AI run tokenomic. Just give an agent the responsibility to use supply demand incentives to pump a token. Let it study 8 years worth of crypto degeneracy and see what happens. I think AI is going to possibly eliminate a lot of chains. If you didn't get into Beast, though, oh my god. I don't know if you can sleep at night. If you didn't buy Beast, you're probably not sleeping well at night because you can buy all your favorite tokens every day. If you, Oh, gosh. It is unbelievable, this space really is. What's going on with Whoa, I haven't looked at this in a long time. Giant X. What in the... Damn. Holy smokes. What about the other off-brand, like the Hydra Hypers? I told people. I'm telling you. I told people about, because I was very bullish, and I realized there's too much. There was one man that had too much power, that it became two men that had too much power. And I think there could be the most stubborn bunch of people in the entire crypto industry at this point. That's bad poison right there. That is a recipe for not a good time. Not a good time at all. I feel bad for anybody. I mean, your buying burden becomes more and more worthless by the day. Even in the long term, could get worse for Ethereum. If what I believe Ethereum skipped this bull market, it means it's going to skip the next one. And the next one, it might be like a $500 Ethereum. Bitcoin will do its thing, but there's other chains that are coming for that market share that got way better, way more volume proven this round, and everything. For Pulse Chain, here's what I'll tell you with Pulse Chain. I think a lot of you guys are going to like this. So, Pulse Chain, if you remember, going back to the chart really quick, Richard Hart gifted you your opportunity to get out in profits if you bought the dip when he pumped our bags here, right? With the SAC funds. Think about what PulseX did. Think about what Pulse did as well. Okay? The rest is history. He gave you the best case scenario early on, 1 year prior to what I said the bear market was going to stop. The bull market basically lasted for a year. It ended in March of 2025, like I've been saying. So, although it didn't hit all-time highs, it front-ran the market and did this. And right now, I believe Pulse Chain is front-running the bear market. It's been front-running the bear market. So while the industry is going to bottom out, probably, I predict the industry will start to hit rough bottoms after summer, as people dump right before summer, go on vacation. The money just shifts. It always has. I think we're going to front run that. We should be bottoming out, front running the rest of the markets late April into May, right? And everyone's going to be taking their heavy damage continuously heading into the later part of the year, the second half of the year, and continue to trade sideways and bottom out for the rest of the year. I think at the end of the year, people have talked about this. There's going to be recovery in Pulse towards the end of the year. I do think that's going to happen. But we're definitely front-running the first part of the bear market by several months. So I think we have that going on for us, right? And that's because we've hit rock bottom, like to the point where it doesn't get any worse than this. We've seen every wave of FUD the last boss, literally, like Richard says, Atropa and Pedi, and we're gonna bottom out before the rest of the market. Now, the rest of the market is in complete denial at this point, right? However, when Bitcoin corrects, let's say Bitcoin bottoms, I believe Bitcoin's going to bottom between $40,000 to $50,000. That's going to put, I think Ethereum's going to hit rock bottom, like between $500 to $800, the bottom of the bear, and it'll never come back to hit all-time highs. Its next previous cycle, if it hits 500 and it dares to do a 4x, its next cycle price, and seeing how it's getting diluted by all the other innovations, will probably be a $2,000 Ethereum. Its technology is dying quickly, and that's because the technology is actually used. People don't use Bitcoin to build DeFi. People don't use Bitcoin to innovate anything on. It's a store of value. It's been declared that, like the digital gold. Where Ethereum is something that you build on. You structure DeFi. You build innovation, right? A lot of things stem from it. And because of that reason, it got competition. Where nothing's ever been able to compete with Bitcoin as a store value, and nothing ever will. So in the next cycle of 4 years, you'll look at anything, a car. Look how cars change in a 4-year span. Look how TVs and apps change, cell phones. There's a new upgrade for your cell phone every year. A new iPhone, a new something version launches. 4 years from now, this tech is going to be so dinosaur old and so inefficient and so like, I can't believe we used to use Ethereum, right? Because you're going to see Solana go back and conquer with volume like it did before. It had a crazy meme season versus ETH. Meme season's over, by the way. Pump Tires was late to the scene. So, like, Pump Tires still has some good utility to burn Pulse and then Pulse X with the trading. But Richard Hart, like he timed Ethereum bad, he timed Pump Tires should have came out a year before. It would have been on and popping. But he hadn't got there yet. He pivoted and made his adjustment far too late. Just like with this $3,600 SAC fund money into Ethereum, way too late. So that's going to be the death of Titan X. Don't have any expectations with Richard Hart's, sacrifice money that keeps going further in the hole. Like, no expectations. The judge even says it's his money, right? But at least we can say and believe we are front running the bottoms of bear, the bear, and then in the bear you hit a bottom and you trade sideways, and you're volatile for a first year and a half to do. Then you start to structure a upwards where so there's bullish divergence on the chart. Things will start to move. So what's the next wave? And what's going to dilute Ethereum further? Well, we know the Solana tech is very well popular and liked. It mass adoption was very easy for them, from getting on your smartphone to an exchange to Solana. That was easy. It was like 1, 2, 3, like boom. Everybody knows how to get on Solana. Okay. You're on Solana. Why would you transition to Ethereum when gas fees are way higher? You wouldn't. So what does that mean? Who's the first mover to start building on Solana that'll be big? Jack Levin, the SVM. So that's going to be the new coming up in this bear market. Get into the next bull market is going to be building on Solana, like the different layers, the SVMs. And who's going to be the big successful one? And the one that I think is going to be a major success will be X1, aka Jack Levin's chain. And maybe there'll be a few others. Who knows? But there's going to be people building on it. And they will build the next version of Chainlink, Oracle stuff for it, built on Solana, better than Chainlink, all that. That's obvious that what's happening. What the hell? Have a lot of competition. Better, faster, cheaper chains everywhere. Yeah. I mean, you're betting on horses, right? Would you bet on a horse that's 50 or a 20-year-old horse that's winning the race by far in the meme cycle and volume Trump build on it. Wall Street wants some tokenized stocks on the Solana chain. I mean, come on. That's coming. So Solana's going to be built on. Solana one day will be the price of what Ethereum is now. Solana one day will be there. It's starting to happen. Right before your eyes. ETH will go down to number 6. Solana will go down to number 2. Who knows what XRP will be? BNB will have to, compete. Maybe it stays in the ranks, but you're going to see that happen. If you didn't, then none of this makes sense when it comes to technology. Technology, that means doesn't mean anything when it evolves. So if you get quicker, better, faster, more efficient chains, if that's not enough of a reason for market share to shift over, I don't know what is. So where does that leave Pulse Chain in the long run? That means I want to get the hell out while I can at profits and move on. Because Pulse Chain is a forked version of Ethereum, which now sucks. And I love Pulse. I love the community. But I love money more. So I have to spell it out for you. No one's here for the tech. You're in it for the money. If you're in it for the tech, I mean, you must be some kind of different user. I don't know any users that are really in it for the tech. You're all in to make money in games. And how do you make money in games? You get into Solana and you get the leverage plays. You get into ETH early on, you get the leverage plays. What was the best leverage play on Ethereum? Probably to ever exist? It was a meme token, Shiba. Best leverage play ever. You went in with 10 ETH. Some people got out thousands of ETH. You went in with millions of Pulse. Went into PDI. Got millions, billions more over the top. Right? And you move on. Made your money. That's what happens, man. The show goes on, with or without. So there's that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you've noticed, Pulse Chain fees are ridiculous at certain times. I've never gone on Solana, even when Trump was launching tokens and the market and it was getting clogged and turbulence. I paid 50 cents at the highest for a transaction. Pulse Chain, $2, $3, $4 sometimes, or your transaction gets stuck when Maria's dumping. Sonic is very good tech. There you go. X1 and Sonic will come out and be at the top of the food chain with Solana. Solana, X1, Sonic. Ethereum and the EVMs are going to take a slow back seat. Ethereum especially. This is what it is, man. I mean, based off tech, right? Based off the numbers that we saw. Meme season happened on Solana. You think people are going to go to ETH after having that success when things start to pop off again? Probably not. Probably not. It is what it is. I'm just looking at the website here. I don't know if I looked at this docs before. Have I? Yeah, I have. I have. EVM compatible. Yep. EVM compatible. Which makes it great. Use on Rabi Wallet. This thing was built different, bro. Sonic is fast. So fast. 400,000 transactions per second. I wonder. Anyways, don't forget to pound the like button. Drop a comment for God's sakes. Till next time. Do it again. Yeah, dog.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including got me on Avex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zoopy on Phantom, I got a few notes. Sticking my Rex, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buying my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buying my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including E.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all